Here we have the daily price chart for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Here we can see that the stock had a bit of a mixed trading week last week, and we will be kind of looking back over the week's activities here, kind of try to re-summarize where we currently stand with the stock and try to formulate a game plan here for how to trade the stock going forward. On Thursday, during the Thursday trading session, we did see some fairly significant price moves throughout the market. And many of these declines that were encountered were really focused on the technology space in particular. We did see major names like Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta Platforms, Tesla, all trade sharply lower. And there was a bit of a two-way price action that did kind of result in selling pressure more for some stocks than others. I am curious about what people currently think about this environment that we're in right now, because it is starting to look as though we will be trading. There will be some divergences here in terms of how some stocks fare during this summer trading period as opposed to others. In other words, I think we're going to start to see some winners and losers here. I don't really think that we're going to be seeing, one day the technology sector kind of rallies and then all of the technology stocks rally. Um, I think that this latest trading activity here is significant for a few reasons. And I think it does suggest that we are probably in for a period here where we're going to start to see some differences between the technology stocks. And I'm curious what people think about, who will be these winners and losers, who will perform the best this summer, who will perform the worst this summer. What is the broader outlook going to look like here? Or do you think that, it will just be more of the same? Do you think that we'll start to see, trends kind of resume themselves and the technology sector just kind of trades in tandem with one another, where all the stocks kind of match similar performances? One thing that I want to point to when we look at this chart, is the fact that we were able to recover many of these losses that we're seeing fairly quickly. Since this is the daily chart, we can go back to the Thursday trading session, which would be right here, this red candle here. And we can see that the stock itself posted highs just below 2680, which would be a significant long-term high, 2860, which would be a significant long-term high. And then the lows came in at roughly 2690. These price movements here were significant because we were starting to test some important Fibonacci zones. If we look at the most recent price trends that have been seen in the upside direction. In particular, the price movement that I've been watching has come in at the drawing the Fibonacci retracement levels from the May 29th lows, which came in at 2064, which is a very critical level that I've mentioned many times when analyzing the stock in other videos. Very critical price zone here at this roughly $20.60 level. So assessing current price trends from those lows, and then in relation to the most recent highs, which, as I said, posted at 2860, just below 2860. Here we can see that these recent declines have really put some of these Fibonacci zones under pressure. If we kind of zoom in here, we can see that we did see a bit of a spike low into the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement of this move. Roughly, this comes in at 2670, and this does match up fairly well with the price highs that were posted on June 20th. This is now, this became a resistance level that would now be expected to work as support. We're trading within roughly 10 cents of each other, these two price levels here. So to me, that is enough of a confluence to bring some extra significance to this price zone. We did not see a break below here. We did not see a close below here. It's not as if these price zones have been invalidated just yet. But it is interesting to see that we did find some support levels just ahead of here. And we did actually, the resulting price move was higher. We did actually trend higher after this to close out the week. And this was a positive close on the trading session. We cannot say that for all stocks. Meta Platforms has had, a terrible trading week. There are significant losses in that stock. Whereas, if we look at something like Apple, many of the prior losses have already been recovered. So this is kind of what I'm talking about when I say that it's starting to look as though we're going to see some differences here between these tech stocks. And I do think that we're going to start to see some winners and losers here. I don't think that the technology space is just going to trade, in lockstep with each other, where everybody kind of, posts the same types of gains. I do think that we could start to see some more mixed results here going forward. And I am curious what people think about that. Do you think that's true? And who do you think will be, the best performing stocks here? Who do you think will be the worst performing stocks? So going forward, overall, what I'm really looking at here is the relative strength index reading. We are trading very close to overbought territory here. We did kind of move into it a bit, as we can see during the Wednesday, July 10 trading session. This is just before all this sell-off really started to occur. We did cross into overbought territory here. Not by much. We're at roughly 73, 74 in the relative strength index. That's this purple line down here. And then, the selling pressure that came on Thursday really did help the stock kind of move out of that overbought territory. So, this does kind of give us some scope here for an additional run higher. But it should be remembered that, we are still trading above 68 in the relative strength index on the daily chart. So, this does suggest that we could start to see some slowdown here near term. So I'm wondering where everyone thinks that, the next resistance levels will be forming. How much further do you think this stock can run? Overall, it does look like momentum remains in the bullish direction. But with that said, we have to remember that the relative strength index is trading very close to overbought territory. So that is a bit of a warning signal. We on the positive side, we can say that the relative strength index itself is trading above its moving average. So we've got this purple line here, and then the yellow line is the moving average. The relative strength index is trading above its exponential moving average. So this is a positive signal. If we do start to see declines here as a result of this overbought trading condition, where do you think that prices will start to drop? Do you find this 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level to be significant? I'm mostly pointing to it because I see a combination of factors here when we're also looking at the June 20th highs. So if we compare that Fibonacci level to those prior highs, we're trading within roughly 10 cents of each other. So I do think that this could be an important level to the downside. If we do start to see declines, I'm curious about what people think, how far the stock could potentially fall. From there, we are still looking at a rising exponential moving average cluster. So this does also support the positive outlook. So in my view, there are more positives here than negatives. And I do expect to see at least a period of sideways consolidation here, rather than sharp moves lower after all the declines that were seen throughout the market last week. So here's the current market analysis for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR.